Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Weekly Profit Talk. As the name implies, each and every week we sit down and we talk for a few minutes about the things that affect the bottom line of your medical practice, which is like any other small business, dependent upon the efforts of the various things that you do for those patients that you serve. You take that amount of money that comes in and subtract all of the things from it, the staffing costs, selling administrative expenses, et cetera, and you arrive at the bottom line, which is the profit. So we do this every single Wednesday at 8:30 a.m. Mountain Time. That is 7:30 if you're in LA and 10:30 if you are on the East Coast. So with that, this week's topic is holistic healing and your prosperous practice. Now, I've had recent personal setback in life, and we're kind of climbing on top of that and getting back on the horse, so to speak, and working toward making things happen for you, our medical practices for whom we serve. And like to basically, well, I guess I'm trying to think of a way to say that. Have you ever heard the idea, the possibility that if something pops into your mind completely unbidden, and it's like a light bulb going off in your head, like in a cartoon, that might actually be divinely inspired? And not to say that I think I'm any kind of a prophet or anything, but I was going for one of my runs, and I got to thinking about the miracle of holistic healing, which is a part of the title of what I'm about to talk about. That is being holistic, the entire body and universal experience involved in the healing process. Many people are able to defy the odds and somehow find a way to get better despite the advice of their medical professionals. Some doctor may have to basically sit down with a patient and give them the bad news that, despite our best efforts, your tests seem to indicate that you're probably never going to walk again, or that, you have stage 3 or stage 4 cancer, that sort of thing. And statistically speaking, this is usually good and helpful information for a person to have, because you want to know if you're sick and what you can do to treat it. And especially as some of these diagnoses are absolutely no fun to provide someone. You're basically spelling out a death sentence for somebody. But every once in a while, somebody defies the odds and they go completely into remission. Or I'm thinking about that Miracle Man guy in that one movie who crashed an airplane and basically shattered every bone in his body. And they told him, "You're never going to walk again." And he was absolutely determined that he was going to walk out of the hospital under his own power by Christmas Day. And he just absolutely made it happen by pure force of will. So these things happen once in a while. And I was thinking about the parallel between that and the act of courage it takes to run any entrepreneurial endeavor, but certainly a medical practice is one of the more complicated entrepreneurial practices, because of the various ways that it takes for you to get paid for the services you provide. You're basically at the, for most of you, you're at the mercy of both private and government insurances and the coordination of benefits. Often people have more than one insurance available to them. So, and I thought about that parallel, and every once in a while, you'll see a business that does the same or similar sort of thing, that despite what you believe is going to happen when you, open the doors, start accepting patients, that sort of thing, there are some practices that just thrive right out of the gate and go beyond whatever everyone's expectations are. Is it possible that in both cases there's a element of mind over matter involved? I like to think that there is. So if you refuse to lose, then how can you be a loser? Now this is something that not everyone is able to do easily, mentally speaking. Have the sort of attitude that creates winning in your life. And certainly there's a lot of kind of bad press around that whole thing because it's been adopted by certain political campaigns and it gets made fun of quite a bit. But plain fact of the matter is um, that the body can achieve what the mind can conceive. And you are able to do miraculous things just because of the one thing that we have that basically elevates us above the lower orders of animals, and that is the power of the imagination. Every single thing that was ever created in the history of civilization started in the mind as a thought. And this is an incredible power that we can use to our advantage, both for our healing and for our business success. And, oh, wait, I skipped all the way to the end. Sorry about that. Let me fix this. I apologize. Oh, I guess I was at the end. So I do want to read this one sentence. It's kind of a run-on, but if I read it out loud, it might actually make good sense and hopefully be a little inspiring. Just like the bottom line on your profit and loss, which is your net income. And this is the distilled metric of your financial efforts. The way you approach and cultivate your efforts for yourself, and as an example to the others that are looking to you for guidance and inspiration, is the distilled spirit of your ultimate success. So what that means basically is that if people are looking to you for leadership and you instill a sense of confidence and unwavering ability and mostly compassion and the 110% effort that it takes to ensure that people are confident in you and your diagnoses and your treatments, it's going to be difficult to fail. And especially in the medical field, that's one thing that I'm always going to be grateful. As an accountant, my science is basically black and white. There are debits and there are credits, and every transaction balances. But you poor people in medicine have to deal with chemistry, and you have to deal with the variability of patient experience. People come in all sizes, shapes, and weights, and ages. And what you do is, I'll say it, it's God's work. So, and I also kind of threw a little quote in here because I heard this. I think it's Teddy Roosevelt or maybe Mark Twain, but success is often missed because it shows up in overalls and it looks like work. Do the work with joy and create miracles. Certainly your patients are quite often looking for one as well. Be an inspiration to them and let them be an inspiration to you as well. If you are able to cultivate a mindset of failure is not an option, take consistent, purposeful steps and surround yourself with positivity. And that may include, staff. Let me see, what's the word here? Staff actualization. Yeah, let me put that nicely. In other words, you may just need to relieve yourselves of those who may be running counter to your white hot, strongest, inspiring practice. The mind-body connection is real, and it works, and it will work for you. And you may find yourself I'm almost certain that you will find yourself with patients that are going to be absurdly grateful for the role that you play in their lives. And what does this have to do with profit? Well, quite simply, if you are providing, people have a problem. And if you're providing the solution to that problem and you're doing it happily and in such a way that people tell their friends about it, success is going to follow naturally, like night follows day. So with that, I hope this finds you in your practice doing well on your path to success. And if you have any questions at all or want to talk about how a business advisor that's steeped in accounting practice as well as tax planning and strategy, then do reach out. Coming to you on one of 3 different media, Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. And every one of those has some kind of message capability. So pop a message in, or you can write to Eric at owingsllc.com. And let's talk and see what we can do to create your success together. So with that, I hope you're having an amazing day, and do have an incredible rest of the week, an awesome weekend. And if you have a chance,